Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. How are you today? I am doing well, and as you can see, I'm showing my finished January block of Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And I have even, this was not stitched. I wrote this January 2022. And now we are ready to pick some fabrics. Yes, for our block number two. Come on down. So they say, okay, now what did I do with in all of this? I actually have my backing piece somewhere. Here it is, right here. And I hope that you are doing well. It's good to be back with you. And as we continue with Rachel and her sister Sarah, and as their mom Juju work on these blocks, I love watching their videos and getting ideas, and this is just, I don't know, it's just really, really fun and different. Okay, so Sarah picked out the prompts. The background are neutrals, and the prompt for what it is fancy flowers, which will be a challenge for me because mostly I do the daisy, with the daisy stitch, duh, which is super simple. But I'm going to challenge myself and try to work on some of these. I really want to do a bullion rose. So I'm going to see if I can if I can manage that. I don't know, because the bullion stitch is a tough one for me. But I'm going to work on that. Okay, so let's get to picking our neutrals. I liked Rachel bringing up the Pinterest, looking up neutrals, and that there are several different. It's not just what I think of in terms of creams and whites and tans and that kind of thing. There's blues and, there are different colors of neutrals. But I traditionally think of the tans and creams and whites, and that's what I want to do. So I didn't pull out really too much that would be contrary to that. So let's just see. Let me just show you some of the things. I have these collars that I picked up in an antique store, and you can see that I've used some of that. But this I thought might be kind of pretty. This cutaway, this could be kind of a pretty addition somewhere, some way, something or other, maybe, sorta, we'll see. That's a linen. And this is a napkin that I have been using, obviously. And that's just a nice cotton. This is not cotton. This is, I can't remember. What do you call this? But it's woven. It's definitely got a shine. And this could be kind of fun to put some of this on here. I have this linen, which is pretty cool. And this brings another color, a nice color combination there. I don't normally work with stripes, but this white on cream I love this. I love this print. I just love it. I've used it for a lot of applications in my quilting, and I think this could be very pretty. And even stitching in the lines or something, or I don't know, but I really like this as well. So let's see, we've got all of these fun ones to utilize. This is probably, so far, this is probably the most boring. It's not boring, but you know, you understand what I'm saying. It's not quite as pronounced. So definitely this will maybe be like on top. So I'll set that off to the side, and I don't need a huge piece. So I also have this. This is from like a drop cloth kind of thing. Just old. Sorry. Messing with the lighting here. This is just kind of a cool, it's stained. Yeah. Very soft. Very, very soft. Love the feel of that texture there. And then I have this linen, look at this scarf. Is that beautiful? And I know some people are like, well, you can't use that. That's too, and you're right, it is. And so I don't know if I can use that. Maybe as a scarf, as it was meant to be, but I'm going to set that one aside because I've got lots of others that I can rip up, tear up, and that kind of thing. Now, some of my quilting cottons, I love. But do I want, that's, when you look at this versus this, there's a big difference. Huge contrast. So I don't know if that might be a little bit too much of a change. Let's see. And then I have this. This is from a feed sack. And not the calico feed sack, but, you know, the real feed sack with the stamping and the, you know, that got grungy and all of that. Let's see. I'm trying to, just a minute. Trying to put the ones, okay, let's see. And I don't know, that may actually be too light. We'll see. This is some Osnaburg, which is, I've heard some people call it the oatmeal fabric. And this has not been pre-washed, this piece. I picked a bunch of this up in a junk store. I have made kitchen towels out of this Osnaburg, decorative kitchen towels for several years to give for Christmas and different things that way. But I always pre-wash mine so it makes it soft. This is stiff, not super stiff, but stiffer than I would like it. And if I use this, I will wash this piece so that it softens up. Give it a little bit more of that yummy softness that we're going for. And then, of course, it will be easier, I think, to stitch through it. Maybe too dark. I have some of these panels, partial panels, and I've got full ones. This was just a scrap piece, so I could absolutely tie something in and maybe do some stitching around. There's just too many choices, my friends. That's the problem. And we have to just kind of, isn't that beautiful? This is a Moda. I love that. Technically, I think it's a Christmas print because it's got the pine cones. But it's beautiful, and it could fit with any of this very easily. Here's some fabric that's to be a ledger, part of a ledger, passport, something of that nature. And then that is, I love that, but it's out. I like this, but it's out. This is gorgeous. This is very pretty. I have a few little pieces left of that print. This is to kind of replicate the sand, the beach. And I think it does it very nicely. Come on, open up, guys. Let's see. So I hope that you are gathering your fabrics and that you're, getting ready to do some fun stuff. Look at this, you guys. Is this the coolest? This is like a family tree. Isn't that fun? I don't know if I'll ever use that. I've had this for a really long time. And it has some really fun pieces in it, but I'm not sure how practical it is. It's just a fun piece. I haven't looked at it for quite some time, but I think we'll probably pass on that one. We cannot get them all. And look at this. Along with, I had several of these prints and blues and whatnot. The footprints in the sand. That reminds me, of course, of the poem, with the Savior. So, but for this particular one, I don't think I want to emphasize the footprints. So I think that we will call that good on that one. Here's a beautiful floral that I thought would go very nicely. It blends in with this, with this, with this, with this. These are kind of, as I get looking here, this is amazing. I love it, but it's not going to work. It's just a little bit too dark. And you can see my color palette developing as I am pulling and eliminating certain things. It's becoming more clear to me, perhaps, what I might want to do. So, okay, let's see. These are just nice plains. We'll eliminate those. Here is a gorgeous print, leaf print, which the fancy flowers, that could work nicely with this. This is a bit lighter, but maybe. This is a maybe. And then this. Isn't that gorgeous? But this and this would go well together, and actually I could bring that back in and this would be perfect with these lighter colors. But like I said earlier, we can't do it all. We can't keep all of them. We have to make decisions, hard decisions, guys. The last piece that I was bringing over to take a peek at is this old, I guess a dish towel. Isn't this fabulous? Oh, I wish you could feel some of these. Just yum. And this is light, but it would go with this. All right, now, of these are quite similar. Excuse me. Of these versus this, very soft, very soft. This is a little more grainy. This is just super, super soft, but you can see it's very stained. Okay. Well, we just have to we have to pick. We have to pick. We've got to stop. This is what we're covering. Let me get my fabric rotary cutter and my fabric scissors. And let's just see. Let's just start. Let's just do a little bit of ripping. And then we will continue to just kind of see what is working for us. So today I am recording this video that will go up tomorrow for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. It's Thursday and we have sleet right now and it's cold. It was predicted that we would get freezing rain, but as long as the wind is blowing and we're getting the sleet, then the chances of the freezing rain are lessened. And with the freezing rain comes power outages because of the ice that accumulates on the power lines. And so if we get that, power could be out for days. Okay, so there's a nice little something. We have this. Some of these, this has been cut with scissors, pinking shears, and let me just grab my pinking shears. And let's just see. I don't know exactly what we're going to end up with, but if I do something here with this piece, then this will just give it a different little texture. Oh, and that wasn't very good, was it? Look, my pieces. Okay, squawampish. All right. I've never claimed to be good at eyeballing this. You know that, right? I am a slave to my rotary cutter and mat board for efficiency. Oh, that's just getting worse. Okay, never mind. Let's see. I don't think this is going to tear very well. So we will, let's get out another tool. These are this is my rotary cutter that has the serrated edge to mimic. As you can see, I am just cutting I am not trying to figure out where everything is going to fit. Not yet, anyway. I'm just cutting right now. And hopefully this is going, this is going to work. Okay, we got this, and we got this, and we got that. What else were we going to do? This is really cool. I want to get a little piece of this, I think, in here. And let us just do this. Let's see, fabric. And you're not seeing me do that, by the way. Technically, you're not supposed to do that with a rotary cutter going that direction. You're supposed to, well, anyway, I don't know. Who made those rules anyway? Who did? Really? You do whatever you want. and that's what I'm doing. It's whatever I want. Okay. Let's see. Let's move some of that out of the way. Oh, I love that. I love that. Do I even want to put the red line in there? Just to show that I'm not completely matchy, whatever. Yeah, right. We have this. It's just, I just kind of sort of loving this. Even something like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like this, my friends. What do you think? Is that too weird? To sort of, I'll iron it. I will do that because I'm anal that way. But I'm still a nice person. Oh, all of these amazing quilting cottons from when I did quilts. The fabrics are wonderful. And I have some very nice high quality fabrics. And even the scraps, I've probably said this before, but the scraps were still, when you pay, a good price for your fabric, for better quality fabrics, you have to keep in mind that even those scraps, they still cost that same amount. So they are just as valuable. And then, of course, those of us that are into the junk journaling world, which some of you are, I know, scraps are, we're all about scraps, right? Okay, so now we can't have it that way because this is light. So we have to do a little rearranging, at least for part of that. I don't know how much I want of that. Let's just give that a try. Set that off to the side, and we will try for that. And okay, kind of loving that. Now, do I want maybe that under and that over? And in here, okay, let's just keep, we're just ripping, my friends. So, do you live in an area? That's not gonna work. So let's go ahead and we'll cut it with our pinking shears. Do you live in an area where you are having winter storms? I know I am very, very grateful for having moved, I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. Having moved to a milder climate than what we lived in Pullman, Washington, you can get some pretty big, heavy snows in the winter, and it can be pretty nasty sometimes. Okay, let's see. Or I could go like this on here too. And we could go something of that nature. I want that straight. Yeah, we'll do that one straight. Let's see. I like the frayed edge on this linen. I think that's beautiful. Beautiful. So what kind of flowers do you think you're going to use? Fancy flowers. Yeah, I just not sure. Alrighty, let's see. I've got so many pairs of scissors. I have not used this. Do I need to use this? Would this be better than that? No, there's a little better color variation here. And I kind of still like that down here. Gonna just set that aside for the moment. And let's see, what do we have left over here? I have this really soft piece of I don't know, a tarp or something. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to set that aside. We have this. I could bring in some of this and put down. Let's set that. But I also remember this. I want to use this. And maybe okay. You know, I think, let's see, let's pilfer through all the scissors, and I'm going to do this. Let's see what we think about this. I'm going to trim off the joining threads, and I don't know if this would be technically called Battenberg or called cutaway, but it's very pretty. And you know, there's something very relaxing about just sitting here visiting with you and picking fabrics and looking out the window at the rain and stuff going whoosh. I know that probably sounds crazy, but it's like I'm safe inside. I'm warm, well-ish. I mean, obviously, it could turn the heat up and be warmer. Okay. Is that sweet? I kind of think that's sweet. I might have to... Anyway, there's one. But here's another one that I think I want to do. Let's go over here where it's a little bit easier. It's not quite so damaged. Okay. We'll just, come on. Oops. So I have to think about what colors I want to do as well. As you know, I highlighted the greens and purples on my January blog. Fancy flowers. Boy, I'll bet you that we are going to see a lot of beautiful fancy flowers that I could not even dream about making, because I'm just not that good. But I admire it, and I appreciate others' amazing artistic abilities. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And I may even do more. I don't know. But, okay. You know what? I'm thinking. I may want to put something. Let's take the flowers off. I may want to put something here to come across here. And maybe that would be a good job for this piece. Or I can wash up this Osnaburg. And that would be a nice one to come across there as well. Let's see about that. Let's just do kind of tear a strip, and we will just, it frays, but I like that, so it's easy to fray, and I think that makes it very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. I don't know. Excuse me. I could. Da 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 da. Da dee dee da 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 dee dee. Well, I'm kind of loving some of this pretty well now. Now, on this, do I want to bring that back down in the corner so that only a little bit of red shows? Or do I want to be bold and let that whole thing shine through there and somehow fit this in here? And these can be mixed up, and you know, they can even be, I don't know, I can do more too. I think that I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to sort of just take a look, tweak it a little bit, excuse me, do a little bit more thinking, and then I will come back and show you what I think my background will actually be, or for the most part, at least part of it. All right, for you it's just coming right now, but for me it's going to take a few minutes. Okay, I am back, and this is what I have decided to do for my background. Now these, I cut another small flower, and I reserve the right to place them wherever I want or not at all. But as you can see, I mean, they could be really pretty in a variety of, you know, different places, different spots. Could be fun going up. Like, I mean, just, you know, just whatever. So, I think we'll call it good for this particular episode video. I'm going to now, and I have basted these on like I do with my glue, with my stick glue. And now I'm ready to do some fun things, outline, and just, I don't know what stitches that I will use yet, but we'll cover more of that in the next video. So I hope that this has been a little bit inspiring and that you will go ahead and continue working on your Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and be sure and put pictures. I would love to see if you tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you do. And of course, you know, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery on Instagram, and you can see amazing work from many, many people that I'm in awe of course. All right, and thank you again, Rachel and Sarah, for your inspiration, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Till next time, bye-bye now.